Man, something big has just happened, and we're going to be getting into it right now. Sup, y'all? This Elijah from the Side Hustler Society, and we're here to talk about the gig economy. Not even necessarily Uber, Lyft, or DoorDash, or Uber Eats. We're talking about the whole gig economy because a law has passed that could really change the whole impact of your ability to make money with the gig economy. It might be for the better or for the worse, but we're going to talk about it here. So on the screen right now, we are looking at a bill that was passed in Texas, which is where I live. I'm in the DFW area, the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It was passed on May 27th of this year, and it will be going into effect on January 1st. But essentially, this law would mandate that in order to download an app, whether it be on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, you would need to upload a picture of your ID, and that would serve as some kind of verification. Now, this can easily get into a very political topic on the rights of certain things and companies take advantage of certain things. We're not going to go in that direction with this video because that's not what I'm here for. We're actually going to be talking about how this is going to impact the gig economy in a pretty big way. But before we get into that, we had to address the elephant in the room. Now, I've kind of kept my nose out of this, at least online. But if you live in a border state, one of the things that's been going on in the gig economy, especially food delivery, is there's a huge influx of illegal migrants that are doing making money using these apps, whether it be rideshare or delivery, even though it's more prevalent in delivery. They're using this to make money, and it's oversaturating the market. And the effect that has on rideshare is it oversaturates the market in general, but I think it has a worse effect on food delivery because there's a whole systematic breakdown of how these things work. And Sergio from the rideshare guy goes into like deep into like what this system is, but essentially there's a whole system in place where people can be purchasing phones, purchasing accounts, and just accepting deliveries even though they don't qualify to drive on the platform because they're not citizens. They're using someone else's account, and in order to not trigger the photo verification that every few days Uber will ask you to take a picture of yourself, or not take a picture, but film yourself to verify that it is you. If you have a very, very high acceptance rate, there's a small likelihood that you'll get one of those, which means that to some degree, Uber is kind of incentivizing this because if you have a high acceptance rate, you're less likely to get ID verified or photo verified, if you will. But if you don't have a high acceptance rate, you get this more often, which is just a bunch of crap. That means that the people who most likely need to be verified because they shouldn't be on the platform are going to slide under the radar. And people like me who can be on the platform, we're just inconvenienced. But that's neither here nor there. The problem is that if you accept everything, these $2, $3 orders that people were accepting, it destabilizes the market and it causes people not to tip because their food is going to get delivered regardless. It's going to be some illegal migrant that's going to take that delivery because they have to in order to keep the acceptance rate high. And when they keep the acceptance rate high, they won't get ID or photo checked. Well, if you're required to upload an ID to even download any app, this includes a weather app, then this could have a big impact because that means that you won't even be able to have access to the Uber or Lyft or DoorDash or Instacart app in the first place to download it on your phone. And for those of y'all who might be wondering, why do we care? This is a Texas law. That's true, but there are similar laws already in a few states such as Utah and Louisiana. And there are talks about rolling something like this out on a federal level. So let's talk about the effects it would have on the gig economy if that was to happen. If this passes on a federal level, it's already passed in my state, but let's say if it does pass on a federal level, that means that essentially that means that people who wouldn't be able to get on the platform because if you have an ID and you pass certain other parameters, you'll be able to get on the platform. But if you don't have an ID, you won't be able to pass Uber's criteria. And same goes for these other apps. Then that means that the market will kind of restabilize and it will stop becoming oversaturated. And that whole we have to accept everything scenario will start to happen less and less because there won't be anyone accepting these garbage $2, $3 orders. So people will have to start tipping again if they want to continue using services like Uber Eats or DoorDash or Grubhub, or even on the shopping side like Instacart or Shipt. On the rideshare side, that means that the market will become less saturated. So that means that more surge will probably start appearing. It could also mean that more bonuses, like I mentioned, surge, but also like quests and boosts might start reappearing if it starts to get bad enough, which is kind of crazy once you think about it. Now, the link to the Texas bill, which is called SB2420, is going to be in the description if you want to check that out. But the effect it can have on the rideshare and delivery market is actually pretty huge. I'm just going to go ahead and say it would be a favorable effect because markets would be less saturated and there'd be less people taking these minimum wage orders, or much less than one minimum wage, if you ask me. Now, one of the things that I'm wondering is how far would this be taken? Because just because that means you won't be able to download the Uber app doesn't mean that it's going to disappear if it's already on your phone. But one thing that Uber and DoorDash and all these apps will require us drivers to do at least a few times a year is update the app. Of course, they're always doing things to where, like, if you check on a monthly basis, it's probably a new update for you. But probably 2 to 3 times a year, we use Uber as an example. There will be a point where, like, look, you can't actually log on online at all until you update the app. Like, you'll click on the app and it'll say, "Hey, it's time to update." Like, you won't be able to do anything else until you update. Now, if this ID thing is put in place by the Apple Store and also the Google Store, does that also mean that updates won't be possible until you upload an ID? For example, let's say my app is outdated and I have to update it. So I click on the update button and it takes me to the store and it says, before you update, you need to provide your ID since we don't have it on file. And then you provide it, and once it's provided, you'll be able to update. If that's the case, then that means that it would automatically shut out anyone who wouldn't qualify to drive on the Uber platform. If you read between the lines of what I said, that means that when this law comes in effect, for me, it's January 1st since I'm in Texas, but let's just say a law like this passes in your area. That means that there'll probably be a 1 to 4 month lag on when a major update would come out on the app's end. And once that comes out and people have to update, you may find that all of a sudden it's crazy busy with like delivery and rideshare requests because the market quite literally has just been kind of inverted. There are way, way more requests out there than drivers. And that's obviously a good thing for us drivers. But on the same token, let's play devil's advocate. And these apps already know that this is going to become a problem because a large portion of their driver, quote unquote, workforce is the illegal migrants that are taking all these lowball orders, which, if we're going to be honest, is probably the best thing for the companies. What if they delay updating the app as long as possible, or even worse, they just have it so that, you know what, forget about updating, we're going to rearrange stuff so that you don't have to update. And they really postpone this process for like maybe a whole year out just until they figure some way to get around this. Very interesting dynamic. So I want to know what y'all think. Like I said, there's the whole controversial aspect of why should we need to upload our IDs just to download a weather app and stuff like that. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the gig economy because this is the side of society. We're talking about how is it going to impact our ability to make money. So let me hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that this will be a net benefit for delivery or rideshare drivers, or really just your ability to make money from any kind of app at all, not just like rideshare or food delivery or shopping? Love to hear what you got to say. Don't forget to like this video. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, and it shows me that y'all value the content. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.